Hey everybody, Clump here with TTM video number 5. Since my last video, I got back 4 successful returns and a few purchases. I'm going to show you one. The first success I'm going to show you is one of my first send outs. And the first batch I sent out was 76 Oglivie. This took about 5 weeks. Oglivie played from 71 to 86 for 3 teams, the Red Sox, the Tigers, and the Brewers. He was a 3-time All-Star in 1980, 82, and 83. He won the Silver Slugger and led the American League in home runs in 1980 with 41 home runs when he tied with Reggie Jackson. He had a lifetime batting average of .273, 235 home runs, and 901 RBIs. He had 3 home runs in a game 3 times. After his stint with MLB, he played in Japan in 87 and 88. Then he came back and tried to play in the minor leagues, but it just didn't quite work out. And he went into coaching, and he coached on different levels of minor league, AAA, and pro for Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, San Diego, Tampa Bay, and Detroit. And in 2012, he was inducted into the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame. Oglivie, you can see it looks like the pen almost looks like he used a different pen, like it gave out on his first name and he switched for his last name. Don't know. Still nice. And to the date, this is the oldest card I've gotten signed through TTM. The next one I'm going to show you was a 4 of 4, one of the fastest returns I've ever got. I think this only took 8 days. Mr. Cory Snyder. I was stoked about this one. Cory Snyder was great during my collecting days with his decent strength at bat and his rocket of an arm in the outfield. He was exciting to watch. Cory Snyder played 9 seasons from 86 to 94, mostly for the Indians, but he also played for the White Sox, the Blue Jays, the Giants, and the Dodgers. And during college at BYU, he was a 3-time All-American. And in his first game at BYU, he hit 3 home runs in his first 3 at-bats on 3 consecutive pitches. He also played for that 84 U.S. Olympic team with plenty of other guys you all know, including Big Mac. And they won a silver medal for that. In Major League Baseball, he had a lifetime batting average of .247, 149 RBIs, and 488 at-bats. He retired due to injuries. Went into managed in AAA, then managed in Chinese Pro Ball, and then managed in Mexican Pro Ball, where he won the championship, the highest level pro baseball championship they have in Mexican pro baseball. Cory Snyder, I got the 89 Don Russ. I got the 90 Bowman. I got one from this 89 Score Superstars set that I got. Trying to send these out if I have them to everyone that I'm sending to. I've got a few out. And I got them on the 88 Fleer, which is the best looking one of the 4 for sure. Very excited to have Cory Snyder. Always a big fan. And the next one I'm going to show you. This is also from the first batch of TTMs I ever sent out about 5 weeks ago or so. Mikey Waltrip, one of my favorites. When Mikey first wanted to start his racing career, he asked his brother Daryl to help. Daryl said he was too busy. He asked his dad, and his dad just turned him down. Luckily, his older brother, Bobby Waltrip, helped him. And they started off in the go-kart series. He did so good and won so many races, he caught the attention of an up-and-coming NASCAR superstar by the name of Dale Earnhardt. Through Dale Earnhardt, he became friends with Kyle Petty and moved in with him, then moved in with Richard Petty. He raced in some lower series races and dominated. In 1983, he won the Darlington Dash Series Championship and was the two-time most popular driver in the Darlington Dash Series. Got his first Cup ride in 1985. He raced in 784 races over 33 years. Got 4 wins, 2 of which at Daytona 500s, won the All-Star race, won at Talladega, and also won 2 Gatorade duels. When it comes to Talladega and Daytona, there aren't many that were better than Michael Waltrip. I don't care what anyone says. In Busch Series, or Xfinity Series as it's known now, he scored 233 top 10s in 279 races. Over 22 years, he got 11 wins and 14 poles. And he scored 1 win in the Truck Series. He raced in the 24-hour at Le Mans once, but didn't finish. And my first memories of Michael Waltrip, and the reason I probably like him so much, are of course the 1990 crash at Bristol. And then the time after the race, I forget, I think it was that same season, 1990, after the race, where he ran back and punched Lake Speed twice. Thing about Michael Waltrip that set him aside for me was his interviews usually after being crashed out the race. He had some funny ones. Got the racing champions here. 90. I got him on the tracks here. And Mikey is the first one of all my TTMs to really write anything about my letter back to me. And that was just a big thrill to see that. So that's one of my favorite returns so far for sure. Maybe will always be one of my favorites. Last TTM I'm going to show you. This one is one of the reasons why I don't open mine on camera. One of the reasons is it may not be PG. And the other reason is this one here was quite emotional. Any of you who know about NASCAR, know about the Pettys, I'm sure know. Maurice passed on the 25th of July. This was in my first batch that I sent out in late June. And I did not think I was going to get them back signed. I figured I was going to get them back RTS eventually. Not anytime soon probably. So to open it up and to see they were signed was quite an emotional moment for me. And as you can see here, it was postmarked the 27th. So who knows the story behind these cards' journey. But Maurice Petty was the crew chief, the engine builder, and the part owner of Petty Enterprises for most of its years. He built engines for his dad, Richard, Kyle, Buddy Baker, and others as well. When Maurice Petty built engines, they weren't everyone gets the same 5.7 350 V8. No, he built 426 Hemis, 440s, 429s, 427 single overhead cams, cast iron big block monsters. Thousands of them. And that's what I wrote them about. Other than that, Maurice Petty raced in 26 races. Never did too well. He was inducted into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in 2011 and the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2014, being the first ever member inducted as an engine builder. And Maurice Petty had to retire a little bit early. As a child, he suffered from polio, and as an adult, reoccurring medical issues minimized his mobility severely. But he was the crew chief and engine builder for 250 NASCAR wins in 4 different decades at least. Maurice Petty, one of the greats. Probably the most emotional TTM ever. And last but not least was a purchase I made. What I figured would be my crowning jewel. I figured I'd never top this. I don't know how I could. Maurice, that's pretty cool. But I bought myself a Sparky Anderson. Sparky Anderson was my childhood hero. When I went to a game at 8 years old, I hung over the fence and yelled until he noticed me and smiled and waved. And he smiled pretty much just like that. Sparky was one of the greatest. He played in 1 season for the Phillies in 1959 at second base. And then from 64 to 68, he worked his way up through the minor leagues coaching. In 69, he got his first major league job as third base coach with the Padres. But by 70, was hired as the head coach of the Reds, and the rest is history. He coached the Reds from 70 to 78. They won 2 World Series with the Big Red Machine. A slew of Hall of Famers, and Charlie Hustle too. And then managed the Tigers from 79 to 95 and won another World Series in 84. Woohoo, good times. His lifetime record as a manager is 2,194 wins to 1,834 losses. The winning percentage of .545, 6th most wins all time as a manager in Major League Baseball. First manager to win a World Series in the National and American League. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000. Twice Manager of the Year in 84 and 87. And one little known fact about Sparky Anderson. Many baseball players have their idiosyncrasies and superstitions. Sparky Anderson never stepped on the foul line. Many games, the camera would zoom in as he walked on the field and off the field to show that Sparky Anderson would step over the foul line every time. Sparky Anderson, one of the greatest. Love it. All right, everybody. Good luck with your returns. See you soon.